This is Jack Fishman behind the camera, speaking with Christopher Seaman, who's the artistic advisor of the San Antonio Symphony. This June 4th and 5th, you'll be playing with Nadja Solano-Sonnenberg on the Brook Concerto. Sorry. Now, who's following who? Are you following the soloist? Is the soloist following you? Who's the boss?
You ask us both on Friday night when we've done it. No, here's what it boils down to. There are times in a concerto, piano concerto, violin concerto, as it will be on cello concerto, where the solo instrument has the tune and the orchestra is the accompaniment. Well, in that situation, the soloist is the boss, and it's the conductor's job to keep the orchestra with the soloist. There are other occasions where the orchestra has the tune and the solo is playing some kind of a decoration or accompaniment. The beginning of the Tchaikovsky piano concerto, when the orchestra is going and the piano is going clunk, clunk, clunk. Well, the piano is obviously accompanying the orchestra, and all the best pianists, well, any pianist I've done it with, goes with you because they are the accompanist and the orchestra has the tune. So that is the basic rule. However, there are many passages where both have the tune and it passes from one to the other. But the important thing for a conductor in accompanying a concerto is that he should have, first of all, a very long nose to anticipate, to smell what's coming, because the best soloists, if you can sense it, you always know what to do in advance. There's something about the way they play that gives you prior warning. It's very hard to describe. And the other thing a conductor needs in concertos, which is unfortunately lacking in a number of concertos, is reflexes. Now, when you play in an orchestra, most things you do are some kind of a reflex. In the orchestra, you're reacting to what you see on the printed page. You're reacting to what you hear going on round about you. You're reacting to what you see the conductor doing. You're reacting to what you remember of how we rehearsed it. How did he want this bit? How will we do that bit? You're reacting to your knowledge of the piece. If I'm playing the violin and there's a plucked note, plonk there, and the oboe's going ta-da-da-da-da, plonk, I have to listen and wait. And if the conductor's wrong, I still have to be right. So the art of orchestral playing computes all those different sources of input, and it's done unconsciously. The orchestras don't sit there like scientists or computers, but if you analyze what they do, it boils down to what I've just said. So the conductor in a concerto is reacting to what he hears, but there's something else very, very important. If the conductor keeps with the soloist, if he conducts with the soloist, if he follows the soloist, the orchestra will play late. So not because they're stupid, but because most of them will hear the soloist late, especially people sitting at the back of the orchestra. So the conductor has to conduct in such a way that the orchestra fall in with the solo part, which means a perpetual process of anticipation. So it's quite tricky doing concertos. Now the soloist, on the other hand, needs to listen to the orchestra, because there are many places, the Mendelssohn violin concerto, end of the first movement, where the violin's going and the wind are going, which is the tune, and the soloist will know that and be sensitive to what she or he hears going on in the orchestra. So it's a collaboration. But the great thing for the conductor in a concerto, he must be the kind of person who has a calm, secure personal presence, so that if the soloist is nervous, the conductor does not share or even reflect back any of that. Also, it's very important in a concerto that the conductor is comfortable with somebody else shining. And some conductors are not comfortable when somebody else shines. So I'd say that's what it all boils down to.
Thank you very much.